episode of My Sports Show. My Sports Show is an opinion-based sports talk show talking about some of the topics of the day. Now today is Monday, the day after Super Bowl 42, and I have to start off by saying I admit, going into yesterday I had no interest in seeing this game. Myself, as well as probably 99% of my friends and everyone I've talked to, said that they wanted to see the Packers in the game yesterday. Wanted to see Brett Favre go after another Super Bowl, maybe a last Super Bowl. Who knows if he'd do the Elway thing and go for two more. But yeah, hopefully Brett will be back for next year and a couple seasons after that. Really love to see Brett Favre go and get another Super Bowl, but he wasn't there. So yeah, going into yesterday, I was just going to watch for the commercials and eat some Super Bowl food and have a good time. But as the game went along, I was really drawn in by the way that the New York Giants were playing and felt myself pulling for them more and more as the game went along. Just watching the heart and the determination that they played with just really inspired a lot of emotion from me and everybody else I was watching the game with. Just to see the way Osi Umenyiora and Michael Strahan were able to rip through that Patriot offensive line. Matt Light has been a Pro Bowl offensive lineman protecting Tom Brady, keeping it upright, but the way those guys were able to tear through there, Giants were constantly rotating new, fresh defensive linemen in and really just smacking Brady around, and it was awesome to see. I loved seeing little Tom get knocked on his behind over and over again. The only thing better is if they would have been able to knock that little dimple out of his chin. Yeah, maybe next year. But yeah, it was just really, really awesome to see the way that the Giants were able to play. Give a lot of credit to Eli Manning. Been facing a lot of doubters, and people didn't think he'd be able to do it. They thought of him as the lesser Manning. We were joking at my buddy's place yesterday saying he's the Bizarro Manning. Didn't really do it during the regular season, but he comes through in the playoffs and just really earned a lot of respect. But yeah, Giants did a great job. Not to take anything away from them, but we got to talk about Spygate. I am the one person, I'm probably not the only person, but I say that Spygate had absolutely nothing to do with this season. So this is the 1 year that I said that the Patriots were as good as advertised. They had Randy Moss, Wes Welker, they were able to pull off some amazing offensive feats. But Spygate is now being brought to light as what I've been saying all year. You guys just haven't been able to see it yet. But Spygate impacted the previous Patriots Super Bowls. And it's coming out now that they videotaped the St. Louis Rams walkthrough of practice the day before the Super Bowl. And I know Hines Ward and some other players have been saying that this whenever they were playing them, like the Steelers were playing in their second AFC Championship game, it seemed like the Patriots knew what they were going to call as the Steelers were calling it. And yeah, if you're stealing signals, you're going to know what the other team's calling. Now, the NFL being as level as a playing field as it is talent-wise, there's a lot of talented players across the board in the NFL. It takes a little bit to separate the great from the not so great. So yeah, if you're doing something like stealing another team's signals, that elevates you to the great. Brady's been sitting here wondering, it's like, wow, Tom Brady's the greatest ever. Being able to win all these Super Bowls with not a lot of great receivers around him, yeah, now you wonder why. There it is. People all year have been saying, oh, is Spygate tainting the legacy of the Patriots' undefeated season? No, it had nothing to do with our undefeated season this year, but everything to do with their previous 3 Super Bowls. So, Patriots, you got some splaining to do. Alright, so with the Super Bowl being over, gonna tune in next time to find out information about National Signing Day. Now, National Signing Day is the day that all the high school players declare their intent on what school they're gonna go to. Now, Terrell Pryor, this kid is amazing. Not sure if any of you have had the pleasure of seeing him yet. He's 6'6", 225 pounds as a high school senior. Quarterback out of Jeannette, Pennsylvania. This kid is amazing. I watched him in the Pennsylvania state title game. Single-handedly took it over. Yeah, he had some other good players like Jordan Hall, awesome running back to watch for in the future as well. But Terrell Pryor, unbelievable talent. The kid's a freak. The way he was just able to tear through defenses. People were wondering, oh, will he be able to keep up that same type of play against national level? I watched him in the Army game. It was the Army All-Star game. Unbelievable. This kid, he was able to silence all the doubters. Anybody who said he couldn't do that against national competition did the same thing in this All-Star game. So, big question is, where is Terrell Pryor going to go? I say, as of right now, a couple days before heading into National Signing Day, number 1, Michigan, number 2, Oregon, number 3, University of Florida. I was just checking online, and it looks like Florida has dropped off their map, because obviously he's not want to he doesn't want to sit for 2 seasons behind Tim Tebow. So I think Michigan is his number 1 choice. Rich Rodriguez, coming in from West Virginia, is going to implement that spread option offense. Terrell Pryor, both running and passing threat, is the perfect fit for there. Also have him listed as being possibilities for Ohio State and Penn State, which I just don't agree with at all. They're archaic Big Ten programs. He's just going to be a cog in a system. And if he goes to Michigan or Oregon, he's going to be able to run that spread option offense and be the star that he's supposed to be. And if he goes to Michigan, I think he could single-handedly revolutionize the Big Ten Conference, bring it up to speed with some of the other conferences, and maybe the Big Ten would actually be able to compete against the SEC in a bowl game. Maybe. Might be asking a little too much for one player, though. But hey, you never know. Terrell Pryor is that good. All right. Tune in next time to find out where Terrell Pryor went. Thanks for watching My Sports Show.